Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Will I Buy It, where I discuss all of these new and upcoming makeup items and releases with you guys and decide whether I want to buy them or not and why. So if that sounds good to you, then let's get started. Okay, so kicking us off, let's take a look at this new mascara from Fenty Beauty. This is the Hella Thick volumizing mascara, and this is launching or launched depending when you're watching this video on the 28th of March. So this is promising an ultra black long wear formula, extreme volume, creating a dramatic lash effect, and claims to be sweat, humidity and transfer resistant. Features a tapered brush and full bodied formula to coat, curl and lift lashes. This all looks and sounds great to me. I love the look of this wand. It looks nice, bristly brush. I like the packaging. I liked Fenty's previous mascara. It was not like a love holy grail, but I liked it. I think it was a decent mascara, and this one sounds like a more dramatic version of that. And you know me and dramatic lashes. We go together like clotted cream, jam and a scone. So that's a good thing if you didn't know. So that is a yes from me. Yes, 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 please. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got a new concealer from Huda Beauty. This is the Glowish Bright Light Hydrating Sheer Vegan Concealer, which is a lightweight illuminating concealer that melts into the skin with skin-loving ingredients for a natural skin-like finish. This just doesn't sound like it's going to be my kind of mascara. I just think this whole line, this Glowish line, has just not been for me so far. It's a sort of lighter, more natural version of Huda's line, which sounds like it would be for me, but it's almost gone like too far in the other direction. I feel like Huda's main line was very like full beat Instagram makeup 10 years ago. Very, very high coverage, very matte, very like heavy makeup, and then she came out with the Glowish line, which was the full other end of the spectrum. It's very natural sort of skin perfecting products, but it just hasn't been working for me. It's not that I don't like that vibe, it's just that the products themselves have just slightly missed the mark with a few that I've tried. So this concealer, I like a full coverage concealer. I don't love typically an illuminating concealer, so this just sounds like it's just not going to be for me. Like if I'm going to use concealer, I'm going to use a concealer, and it's going to hide my entire life behind it, you know? So I just don't think this is going to be for me. So this is an easy pass. Next, let's talk about these Give Beauty cream eyeshadows. These are just not exciting me. They're not tickling my pickle. These are really not my type of product. I don't really like liquids and creams, especially when it comes to eyeshadows, this like paint type of formula. A cream eyeshadow or like a liquid in, you know, like something like the Lisa Eldridge, I can get on board with that. The little pots, Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury, I can get on board with that. This is literally like a paint tube. I can't get on board with that. I find like these are going to be finicky to use. I feel like it's going to be hard to get a small amount out. I'm just not sure these are for me. And none of the colors are really like screaming at me and like dragging me over the fence either. So I feel like if there was a color there that really was like grabbing me, then I might forgive the fact that this isn't my favorite like packaging and just type of eyeshadow to use. But all of those colors there are like, eh, I don't need it. Next up, let's talk about these Nars AfterGlow Sensual Shine Hydrating Lipsticks. Now these are right up my street. A hydrating, shiny lipstick. I love Nars. All of Nars's lip formulas are really great. They have some really good lip formulas. This is my favorite type of lipstick. I like the look of this packaging and the skinnier bullet. It's always just really easy to like get around the edges of your lips without making a mess. They seem to have a nice amount of pigment as well, and some of these colors look gorgeous. Truth or Dare, of course, the coral, but I also feel like they've got a really good number of nudes there as well, so I'm excited for these. I'm definitely going to try them. They apparently have a sheer to medium finish, buildable, long lasting and very hydrating and nourishing. It just all sounds great to me, so yes please. Next up, we have a new range of bronzers from MAC. So these are the Sunstruck Bronzers. Now they have, apparently they are going to be releasing a range of matte bronzers and a range of luminous bronzers. Obviously the luminous bronzer is going to be like more up my street, but this is a very good range, like 10 shades of matte bronzer. If they're going to have 10 shades of the luminous bronzer as well, like that is amazing. I mean, I don't know that anyone else has a better range of bronzers than that. And I have a bit of a mixed experience with MAC bronzers. Their blushes, amazing. Highlights, usually a bit too glowy for me, but still really nice formulas. Their bronzers have been very hit and miss. They released some limited edition ones a few years ago that were in like the mineralized type of finish, that sort of gel powder type of formulation, very smooth, very flattering, very buildable. And I really liked those. There was a cooler one and a warmer one. And I thought they were a really nice formula, very easy to use, very soft, and gave a really like soft focused look. So I'm hoping these sound like that sort of same, you know, it promises a silky texture, cushiony, smooth, refined. So it all sounds really great. And I guess the proof will be in the pudding. These I am interested in. I definitely want to wait for the more luminous finish, but they have some great shades there and some good looking undertones as well. You know, everything doesn't look super orange like a lot of bronzers. There's a lot of those reddish undertones and a lot of more neutral shades in there as well, which I really appreciate. So those I'm excited for. Next, we have a new primer from OneSize, which is Patrick Starr, OG beauty content creator. That's his line. And this is the Secure the Sweat proof aluminium free primer. This sounds intriguing. This sounds like it's for a specific type of person, a specific type of skin type, and it isn't mine. This literally sounds like it's going to be very, very mattifying. It looks, I mean, from the pictures, the before and after, it's extremely mattifying, like it's taken any kind of luminosity or skin-like quality away, and that is just not something I look for in a primer. It claims to be sweat-proof, waterproof, shine-proof, oil-resistant, shine control, and very mattifying, but won't clog pores, and it has squalane in it, which will help prevent skin from feeling dry, but it looks dry to me. I think if you have a very oily skin, this is like all your dreams come true. Or if you're like a makeup artist working in very humid, damp conditions and you just need like makeup to stay bulletproof, matte and flawless, but that's just not what I'm looking for. Like even the Tom Ford soft matte primer that I love does not completely fully mattify the skin, and it doesn't like stop your skin looking like skin and having a bit of life to it. So this is just, it's going to be too matte for me. It's going to be too hardcore. I don't need like sweat controlling, you know, waterproof, like all of that makeup. I don't go swimming with my makeup on very regularly. And because I don't have an oilier skin type, I'm not like over the moon excited to control my oils either. So I think this is just not for me and my skin type. But if this does everything it claims to do, that is going to be life-changing for lots of people. It's just not something that is for me. Next up, we have these new Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Color from Makeup by Mario. So there are 13 shades. Again, these look like such beautiful shades, such great shades. I can immediately see like 3 of these colors that I would like to get my greasy little paws on. You know, again, of course, the coral shade is standing out to me. The baby coral, the hot pink looks beautiful. There are several nudes in there. The caramel shade looks stunning. And these are apparently, because I was like a bit like, hasn't he already done this? Have we not already done this product? Apparently this is higher shine than his previous lip, like hydrating plumping lip color, and has a higher opacity, so they're not as sheer, they have more opaque color, and they are shinier. So that's the difference between these and the original ones. I didn't try the original ones because I feel like they looked like the color just wasn't that impactful on the lips. So I think these are going to be more up my street, and if they come here, then I will get them. Makeup by Mario has been very hit and miss as to whether we get their releases in the UK. I really hope we get these because these look beautiful and I'm really interested to try them. And now, of course, I left the best until last. This is the Pat McGrath Bronzing Collection. Be still, my beating heart. Oh my goodness. I mean, she's been teasing us, hasn't she? She has been teasing us for years. We all knew bronzer had to be coming. We knew it had to be coming this year. I spoke about this in my makeup predictions for this year. there has to be bronzers from Pat McGrath, and she's finally given us bronzers, and what an amazing range. 8 shades of bronzer. I, like you, I'm a little confused as to which shades I'm going to pick up. I am really drawn to a couple of shades, but I really don't even know where to start, like lots of you guys. So there are other products in the collection. Let's look at the bronzers first. So as I said, there are 8 shades, 7 matte bronzers, and then 1 luminous bronzer, which is the Desert Glow shade. So of course, I'm gonna have to get that one. I need to see the luminosity. By far, I prefer Pat McGrath's luminous blush formula to her matte, her demi matte formula. So I do wish there were more shades that had the luminosity, because I don't know that that would be the colour I would go for if it wasn't for the fact that that's the one with the more luminous finish. I'm also really drawn to Nude Honey, the second shade, because that's the only one that claims to be neutral. All of the others are warm, and that one is a neutral tone bronzer. But it does look like it's probably a little too light for me. So I don't know. I definitely will pick up Desert Glow. I think I'm going to pick up Nude Honey and just see how it works. See, maybe it's buildable and I can use it and get a decent amount of bronze, because I do like a neutral undertone. And then I'll probably pick up a shade between those. So either Bronze Dawn or Bronze Nirvana. Probably Nirvana. I think it looks like a better undertone. I think Bronze Dawn just looks a very classic warm tone, whereas Bronze Nirvana looks a little more of that reddish tone that I prefer. So maybe those are the 3 shades that I'll pick up: Nude Honey, Bronze Nirvana, and Desert Glow. Obviously I will review this collection. I think it's going to probably arrive while we're on our Easter holidays here in the UK, so it's probably going to be late. But what I will say is these bronzers are going to be permanent. You certainly don't need to pick up 3 or 4 shades. I'm only doing that for review purposes, for swatches, comparisons, and to help you guys pick your shade. So I would 100% wait for swatches. If you're not sure which shade, don't waste your money on shades that might not work for you. I would definitely wait for swatches at least, but those are the shades that I'm thinking I will pick up, but might be helpful to share with you guys. And now this eyeshadow quad, this is an absolute yes from me. It looks so beautiful, and we're all screaming out, we want like more, or I'm not speak for everybody, but a lot of us want more neutrals from Pat McGrath, and this is a whole quad, a beautiful, perfect quad. Like, this speaks to me, this color story. I know lots of people will be like, it's boring, it's neutral palette. I'm boring, I'm a neutral palette. Okay, that's what I love, and I live for it. Maybe the gold is, I wish it was quite so gold and warm, but I'm gonna forgive it, because this whole overall color story for me is just, it has me in the grip, it's palm of its hand, you know? So I'm 100% going to pick up this quad. It looks like it might be like my favorite quad ever after Venus and Fleurs. That was kind of the most neutral that we've got on this kind of color story from Pat McGrath, and it actually leans a bit more sort of reddish on the eyes, on me at least. So I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit more neutral. It certainly looks it. And yeah, I'm excited for that quad. And we also got a brand new shade of blush. This is Divine Rose 3, and this does sound delightful. It is a Coral Rose Demi Matte Blush. Of course, I so wish this was in Pat's more luminous finish, of course, but the shade does look beautiful. It does look like one I'll get a lot of use out of, and I do like her matte blushes. I just prefer the luminous ones. So I am going to pick up this blush as well. All of the lip products that launched or that were part of this collection are re-promotes. So there is a liner, a bullet matte lipstick, and a gloss in the Nude Venus shade. These already existed, so those are all a pass from me. I am so excited. I love to see this range of bronzer. The richness of those like shades, those last 3 shades are really rare to see. They all look beautiful. I have high hopes for these. We know that Pat can smash a cheek product out of the park. You know, her highlights are my favorite highlighters, her blushes, some of my favorite blushes. We've been begging for bronzer, and we finally got it, and I do not expect to be disappointed. I am so excited for these. I'm sure they're going to become like my favorite bronzers in my top drawer. This is how I like to feel about makeup. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for a lot of the products. It's a nice big collection with lots of other things that kind of go along with it as well, and I am excited. Can you tell? Can you tell? So this collection will be launching on the 30th of March. I don't really expect the bronzers to sell out. That's not to guarantee that they won't. Maybe they will, but I don't expect them to. I think there's a lot of shades there, a lot, you know, of space for people to grab the shade that they want. So I don't really expect them to sell out immediately. The same thing with the blush. You know, it is a new shade, but it's not a wildly different shade to what we already have from the brand. And there have been a lot of, you know, palettes and blushes released over the last few years from the brand, so I don't think people are going to lose their minds over that. The same thing really with the eyeshadow palette. I didn't really expect anything from this to go out of stock in the first day. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I'm not sure. It will be a busy launch, okay? I'll say that. If you can wait for it to arrive at Sephora and wait for swatches, I would probably do that, because I don't expect it to be a fun time trying to check out, okay? Put it that way. But there you have it. Those are all of my thoughts on these new and upcoming makeup releases and what I plan to pick up. Please let me know what you're planning to pick up, if anything, from these launches. If none of this appeals to you, or if it all appeals to you. Good luck, I'm so sorry. Please let me know what is tickling your pickle in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.